Alright, last we left off, Izzy, Captain Lachlan, and Irina had been mysteriously stricken and or found stricken with something. Glowing, phosphorus, bacteria, who knows? It seems like Captain Lachlan knows. Captain Lachlan knows many things. It seems like Admiral Franklin has somehow directed the ship in ways that he should not have to resume speed to the teeth. Nick, as you see this, you see everyone it's a little weird because you're used to kind of seeing you've seen his crew give Lachlan a little more gruff about stuff, and they just really just get to it. So you're just sitting in the chair, and as this is happening, you feel the sub start to pick up. You're in an open area of ocean right now, so this is not a problem necessarily, but this ship is only designed to go so fast for so long, otherwise structural damage might become imminent. So it's a little concerning. So you guys are all running to the bridge at this moment, yeah? Mm-hmm. 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 Alright, so you burst in, you see Admiral Franklin sitting in your chair, you see Nick at the controls, and you see your other three crew members, oblivious to this, just letting, full steam ahead.
Lachlan bursts in the room, takes all this in. What in the name of Peter Jackson is happening in here? Captain. Get out of that seat!
The Diaz here.
Diaz! What are you doing?
Driving the sub, sir?
Why is she going so fast? Slow this sub down!
Yeah, sorry. It seemed like a good idea at the time, sir?
Diaz, Johnson, I'm not mad at you. In a minute, I'm gonna go get you some antibiotics, and we're all gonna be fine. Your ass is grass. Out of my chair.
I think, Franklin's gonna look at you, look at Izzy, who's visibly woozy, look at, Thompson, who's next to him, and look at Irina, and look at, the other two crew members. Just go, I don't know that I will. I'm gonna need constitution checks from Lachlan, from Izzy, from Irina, not from Nick.
Oh my God. That's a 10 this time. We're good.
No!
That's an extreme success for me.
Extreme success. Okay.
Yes.
Did not make it.
That's a regular success.
Regular success. You didn't make it. Oh no. Oh no, okay. Cool.
Lachlan's con is Lachlan's dump stat.
Oh, that's really unfortunate, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it is. This is total chance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna see what happens to Sophia. Does not pass. And poor Raphael definitely didn't pass.
Oh.
Raphael, who we haven't met.
Yeah.
He's been sitting there.
Just become acquainted.
Maybe shouldn't have appeared anyway. Maybe I should have just let him be not here. But
No,
he's there. Oh, and with a 78, Marcus also doesn't pass.
Oh my God.
So Irina, you're the only one who's fully aware. Irina and Nick, you're the only one who fully are aware for this. Izzy, you don't feel anything, but you're still really woozy, and you feel like it's almost as if you're so woozy that it's distracting you from everything else. If you were actually feeling a little bit better, ironically, you would be more susceptible to whatever is going on. But it's like a pulse goes out to the crew, and see, I'm gonna need everyone to do Constitution check. Give me a sanity check for how long this effect takes from Lachlan, not from Izzy, from Lachlan.
This is also Lachlan's dump stat.
Oh no!
I am going to spend a luck point to make it. I am one shy.
Yeah, so Lachlan has enough stuff just running around his system in general that you get the sense that this is This is maybe not the first time this has happened to you.
I want to get established that in order to have recognized the effects of this thing, this was something he already had in him prior to this. Yeah. It's like he's been living with this condition for a while.
So yes, you're fighting this. But it's the let's see, so that's yeah, so it looks like Marcus is kind of similar to you. He's been your quartermaster for a very long time. So whatever you got, he got. So similarly, it looks like maybe it's like a slightly different strain, or because it's a recurrent infection, that it's going to take you a sec to break free from this round of control. The other two look pretty affected, and you can see it's sort of like a pulse goes through them, and you can see them be affected at the same time. And it's not as if they've become blank slates. It's just that suddenly, whatever their priority matrix, the thing that they organized around, what they think is important is now different. And they say, sorry, Captain, this just seems really important. It's just gotta, and you can see they sort of disconnect from what's happening and and start piloting the sub forward. And even Marcus is still at the controls. You can tell he's fighting it. And Franklin walks over to Lachlan and says, "How do you sit down?"
You are a guest here, of course. You just slowly sit down, but the Lachlan's face is so pissed.
You can, yeah.
Izzy in a stupor sees that Lachlan is not happy with Franklin here, and just going to saunter up as woozily as she possibly can. Listen here, you government pig. He said get out of his chair. So you get out of it. It's not your ship. You have your own ships. This is his ship. You gotta get out of it.
Oh, I think, St. Julien, I've assumed temporary command in light of our captain's incapacitation.
She pukes on his feet.
Yes! This is Lachlan has looked so pissed. That happens, and just the biggest smiles.
Incredible. Wilson the cook shows up as this is happening. What do Nick and Irina do at this moment? Because you're not affected by this.
Is there a commotion? Where is Wilson in relation to everyone
Wilson
else?
is basically, you're all in the command center. Wilson has come up and is kind of standing in the doorway.
Are we still in the doorway too? Because we had just come up.
I guess she's behind you. So if you guys didn't move into the room while this confrontation was happening, then you're still in the doorway. So
I'm
she's
gonna
just
let
behind
them
you.
yell a little bit. Can I just take 3-4 steps back? I'm going to literally grab Wilson around the shoulders, and I'm gonna slam her against the wall. Like not slam loud, but push her against the wall. What the hell are you guys doing right now? I know that you have put something in the water. Why the fuck would you do that?
Give me a brawl.
Have a good brawl.
She doesn't have good dodge. This is an opposed roll.
Oh, it's opposed?
Yeah. Oh, she whiffs that, yeah. You didn't crit fail that.
I did a 28.
Great. Yeah, you slam her up against that, no problem. She looks you dead in the eyes, and you can... Do you know when you look in someone's eyes and they're corpse eyes? There's nothing there.
Oh, fuck.
And her head disintegrates around your hand, and just it drips slime and cenophores, and you find your hand slamming into the steel, and it just reforms slightly to the side. Long tendrils of slime leaving strips along you.
Are there clothes left?
Yeah, it's as if you see that she is just not solid flesh. She's in fact made up of some kind of glowing bacteria.
Oh.
And so she just dissolves around your arm.
Okay.
And melts to
I'm
the
gonna
side.
pull it out. I'll wipe on whatever clothes are available. And there's just no response, just dead.
She looks, she's just seemed... So what we have to do? We have to get home. That's what we have to do. Don't you want to go home? Can you give me a sanity check?
Yeah.
Oh no.
As she looks in the eyes and says, "Do you want to go home?" you feel something deep in the recesses of your brain click. And whatever you thought you were here to do is suddenly not what you were here to do. And what she says awakens something within you that has been there all along, that's been sleeping inside of Irina. Who are we now talking to?
Now you're talking to Abromov.
What? What?
No!
I know you had two characters this whole time.
Irina is a sleeper agent?
What?
And so she goes completely blank and is now just listening. And Abromov just kind of reacts on instinct and doesn't really talk.
Says, Wilson says, we need to go home, and the sub is going to take us home, so we need to make sure that this sub is going to where home is. The Admiral is part of home, is home, is part of home, is going home, is home now. So he is not he, but he is we, and so when we say go home to follow what the Admiral says, is home go. Home?
Oh.
You can see like a little bit of like Linda click back in. All right, we've got to go help the Admiral. Yeah, so we are conscripted to contracted to assist the Admiral in whatever he needs. So Linda just brushes past Nick. Whoa, what is Nick doing?
Nick is
What
so
is happening?
confused. Nick is backing up against the wall of the submarine going, holy shit! And
Oh, I need a sanity check from you two. Yeah,
You've
sorry,
seen
you saw
some
this.
weird shit in the last 3
Yeah,
seconds.
you saw that.
Oh, no.
Oh, I fail.
Give me an intelligence.
I passed.
Man, that sunfish
Like,
is
hard pass.
hard pass. Yeah, so you did. That's gonna be a hard one to explain. How does Nick explain this? How do you think Nick rationalizes this in his head? We can bounce over to Irina for a second. Who is now
Abromov. She's gonna take a few steps in as well and just maybe put herself into a corner and like maybe get a little low.
Yeah, I think she could reasonably interpret that would she remember that she's on like a U.S. affiliated submarine, or is she really just running on pure instinct right now?
I think that she just runs on pure instinct. So she's listening, so I think she knows a lot of the same things, but I don't know that she's her stats change. Her intelligence and education tanks, and she goes straight to other things. So yeah.
Yeah. So I imagine that the Admiral looks authoritative, and she's just been told the Admiral is somewhat confusingly the person to be following.
Right, but on behalf of the American government, which I'm not.
However she feels about that.
Yeah.
Cool. Great. We got some good vibes there. What's Nick feeling like?
Nick's going, Lachlan, you jokester. And Nick thinks he's getting punked by
It has also just occurred to me that at this point in time, Peter Jackson is like an indie filmmaker.
The joke went over everyone.
Nobody knew what he was talking about.
He makes like short horror films at this point, right? He hasn't even sort of gotten to Lord of the Rings.
But that's why you know, because you're into that.
Like one of his first investors.
If Lachlan survives to 2000, he's gonna be so fucking happy. He's gonna be like, the son of a bitch did it.
Lachlan, you really got me this time.
Oh god.
And Lachlan's just gonna kind of look at you like, my man.
This is like that time where we got blackout drunk in that bar and, things started looking weird. I get it, Good times.
You assume a lot more of those things were hallucinations than they were.
Wilson runs in and she helps Thompson tie up Captain Lachlan. Just tie his arms behind his back.
Ooh, can I see brawl against this? I mean, she just puked, but she's feeling
Yeah, give
feisty.
it to me, but with a disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's,
So you just
that's
roll
not-
the 10.
yeah. Oh, the 10.
Roll the 10, and you take the worst one. So you can't. Yeah. Okay.
That's
I'm gonna see. So you're trying to go for either one of them.
yeah. Either.
Oh, yeah.
Whoever's closer.
Let's say Wilson's closer. You don't beat that, and then Thompson just shoves you to the side. Do you want to? Are you trying to dodge that, or?
We can try.
It's also a disadvantage because you've already attacked once.
Yeah.
There's double disadvantage, I think, technically.
Cool.
So.
Ooh, that's an 87.
So
yeah, that's an 87.
Yeah. So he just like sort of like brushes you aside, and you fall flat on your butt.
You can't do this. This is your own captain. Do you have any loyalty?
Tom says, "This is my admiral. I'm not affiliated with him."
I don't care. He's the one piloting the ship. He could very well just open the hatches and boom, we're all dead.
Thompson looks at Lachlan and does not like the look on Lachlan's face. Okay, so we are now. You can sort of see as Sophia pulls up the monitor and says, Admiral Captain, the sonar, we're getting close to the teeth. We're about ready to go in. We probably should. I know we want to get there as quickly as possible, but we've got to reduce speed if we're gonna go through. These maps are precisely calculated, so a certain turn at this time. We don't really have windows, sir. If Franklin says, full speed ahead. Marcus, or,
Terribly dangerous. Not likely to get to your destination that way.
Nick goes up to Franklin, says, Franklin, what are you trying to pull here? Like,
just trying to get there as fast as possible. I'm sure a businessman like you would appreciate the nature of speed.
I do. All right. That was a little wild for me, but I am along for the ride.
Oh. Alright, so you have like a little bit of time before we get to the teeth. Is Abromov doing anything? Just
If no one has approached her, she's gonna chill.
Great. I love that. Izzy, no one's noticing you right now, so you're woozy, but you could do something.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go and try and get the canteen off of Lachlan.
Are you trying
He
not
won't
to
stop. He won't
Yeah,
stop her. She doesn't seem to be directly under the Admiral's influence, so he won't stop her.
Oh, kind of like lean close. What are the teeth?
There's a crate of antibiotics in my cabin.
I'm not. I'll do it later.
I need them.
Oh, okay. Can I take the canteen with me?
Sure. Take whatever you want.
Cool. Thanks. Thank you. I'll be back.
Yeah.
I'll get in your cabin.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a little box under my bed. The box is inside a red bag.
You got Cap. I'm on it. She's just kind of wobble out of the room.
Yeah.
She's getting her footing back, but it's slow. She's very small.
Lachlan is gonna make a point to kind of just like stare with his big pearly white smile at the Admiral.
Admiral says, "Oh, I don't enjoy that. Could we get him out of? Just get him out of here? Yeah, that would be great. And so you're on like not wheelie chairs in submarines. It'd be fun if there were.
It would be fun.
So they kind of just Linda or Wilson and Thompson just kind of like grab you around the elbows and drag you off. And then they put you in sort of the officers. There's the normal mess and the officers' mess, and sort of just like lock you in there.
Brilliant. At what point do I get to make my next constitution?
As soon as you get there.
Incredible.
Yeah. You're sane now. So they tied you up because of the temporary effects.
Okay.
So yeah, you seem to be, you were fine again.
Alright, so then can I make a dex check to try and like,
yeah, absolutely.
get out of the ropes?
Yeah, that or sleight of hand, whichever one you want to give me.
Well, that's still, alright, that's a pass.
That's a pass? Yeah. Yeah, you're a sea captain. Like, if you couldn't get out of these ropes, it would be real sad.
Good at knots.
It makes much more sense for Lachlan to be good at knots. What feels right in my heart is that both of Lachlan's shoulders completely dislocate. He lifts his arms up away from the back of the chair, and makes his way over to a kitchen. This is the officer's mess. A kitchen knife, and just
Sure.
and then pops him back.
Oh, incredible.
Terribly upsetting for anyone here to witness it.
Yeah, I feel like I need an in-person sanity check. Incredible. Okay, so you were freeing the mess. Izzy is staggering over. Abromov is in the corner. Nick, you're just vibing.
I'm just vibing. Yeah, because I apparently am okay with everything I've seen.
At some point you might, if you wanted to do like a perception roll or something to see this is,
yeah, is that
like,
something I can do?
Yeah, it would, like, you just saw them drag Captain Lachlan off, so like you get to feel how you feel about that.
Can I go help Captain Lachlan?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So Nick runs to the door to go help Captain Lachlan. Does anyone try and stop him?
Nah.
Okay. Okay, Nick goes, catches the very end of the arm socket thing.
like Nick's head pops in, like Lachlan just kind of freezes, like.
And then Nick goes, Lachlan, yeah, we've been in tougher scraps than this. I haven't seen you do that trick in a while though. That's a good party trick.
Not quite sure you understand the extent of the situation we are in, mate.
So, okay, let me get this straight. Admiral Franklin. He's piloting the ship now. That felt like it was mutual, but maybe I think you mutually agreed upon.
Admiral Franklin is currently host to a quite powerful plankton parasite that is exerted its will over others to which it is also resident, including my crew and seemingly his own. I've sent Miss St. Julien to obtain some antibiotics from my room that should help alleviate the effects. In the meantime, we can look for something heavy in here so that I can potentially club that man's skull in.
Alright, just a side note, about how much do these go for on the black market? These plankton you're talking about? Just asking for a friend.
Nikki?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that.
Alright, let's go look for the club.
And I would like to find something heavy and swingable in the officer's mess.
In the officer's mess. You see, in place of Pride up on the wall, there's a mini putt-putt golf club.
Ooh, perfect.
And it's got like a big crab handle on it, and it just says, like Smith's putt-putt, best place in Miami. Not 3 times in a row.
Won the cup with this one.
And Nick looks for some, like, rope to tie people up with once they've been clubbed.
Yeah, there's some, like, electrical cords lying around,
Okay,
some butcher's twine. Yeah, there's stuff.
Nice. Nick finds some butcher's twine.
Okay.
Incredible.
Before I head back to the thing, I would like to go towards my room to see if I can run into Izzy.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's there, she's standing in front of the medicine cabinet, and still a little bleary-eyed. She wasn't really sure what the antibiotics looked like, and so she's kind of gathered all of them. Yeah, just every pill bottle that exists, whether it be Benadryl, high-octane painkillers, or maybe the antibiotics in the front pocket of her overalls.
It's definitely a lot of Xanax in there.
Yeah. And yeah, she's kind of making her way back. Pretty proud of herself that she's been able to fulfill her mission.
Do we run into each other?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You bang into each other.
Alright, can I also bang into them?
I would assume you're with me.
Okay, yeah, nice.
Where did you go? What?
They let you go. You're free now.
Oh no. I managed to wrest myself free. Have you got the antibiotics?
Yeah, I got something. I got a lot of stuff actually. So
I'm picturing that they're just like you got like your shirt held with all these.
It's a big pocket. It's a big overalls pocket. It's really good. I got some.
Are the antibiotics actually in here?
I got some.
Give me a luck check.
I got some
That's
asthma
fast.
pills.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I would say there's enough for like everyone to have a dose, but then you don't have like
Great. Okay.
weeks of here.
I saw them leaving, and I know that they're somewhat safe, and everyone else is a little crazy goo monster.
Yeah.
Can I slink away?
Yeah, you can absolutely.
I'm not gonna let my presence be known yet, but I'm gonna have to follow them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lachlan is immediately going to down a couple of pills dry, and then hand one or two. She got hit pretty hard. Hand two to Izzy as well. Do you have any difficulty with pills? Would you like some milk?
do you have any pudding?
I can get you some pudding.
You can do over. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, Nick. Nick?
Nick.
Yeah,
Nick
Nick.
runs off to get pudding.
Not sure how pudding is gonna help.
Well,
Is pudding helpful with pills?
Yeah, you just smash them up and you mix them into chocolate pudding and then you eat it like that.
Nick runs back with tapioca pudding, and it's not. It has dairy in it.
Nick.
For the record, I'm pretty sure there's no such thing as vegan pudding.
Not at this juncture, for sure.
Not in any way.
I think Izzy just thinks
moms
pudding
make
is
it.
vegan.
Yeah. Can you
Your
all
moms
give me
make it
a-
fresh.
Can you all give me? Can you three give me a spot hidden,
Okay.
and then give me a stuff.
I did not make that.
Can I push it? Would it be possible?
That was like a hard pass.
A hard pass.
Yeah.
That's a
Oh, was
That's
that
a 90.
Okay.
Oh.
My bad. That was a hard not pass.
hard fail. All right.
I didn't make it.
You didn't make it.
I didn't make it.
Okay. Did you make yours?
I did not pass.
Okay. Did who? Yes.
It's-
We can.
Anyone who's got anything good in that should maybe.
Was it a hard fail? Or like what was it?
Oh no, it's just a regular fail.
Regular
for
fail.
me.
Regular fail.
I'm
Mine
not.
was a pretty hard.
You're
was
nine off.
Yeah.
How much were you
Like,
off
you
by?
can't-
I
do
was
worse.
off by 24.
Alright, I'm gonna give it to Izzy. So Izzy,
Alright.
Izzy notices Bromov.
That would have been a 9.
Ooh.
There we go.
Yeah, alright. Abramov is
You pushed the roll.
Push the roll.
kind of sitting in the corner, not doing anything. So just kind of.
Hi.
Ah!
We're taking drugs over here. You want some?
Drugs.
Well, they have antibiotics, I think. I need pudding with mine, so we might have some pudding. Do you need anything? Are you feeling okay? Are you seasick?
I do not feel good.
Or then
She
come
talking
over.
different.
Well, yeah, a little bit. There's something there.
I'm surprised you're not
Miss
in
Thompson,
with
are you
that.
alright? I thought she was disconcerting before.
Just gonna
Yeah,
take
that's-
some-
You're not in with the admiral. Why are you not in with the admiral? Are you two like buddy?
Can I make some kind of insight? Can I make an insight check
Where would I
or
left?
psychology?
I don't know where I left.
I don't know
my
why I
phone.
keep trying to make psychology checks with people I'm not good at.
The actual phone?
I don't know where I. No. My like
Oh.
brick phone.
Oh, the
Oh.
microphone.
It would have been on your satchel.
Yeah.
So do you think you still have your
Satchel.
satchel with you, or would you put that down?
I don't think I put it down. I don't unless I would have dropped it when I was like trying to shove.
Yeah, then you probably still have it
Okay,
on you.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna maybe just slink away and see if I can find a quiet place to use the phone.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's super currently paying attention.
She's
So I think
Lachlan's
Yes,
still just trying to get Izzy to take the pills so he can go cave a man's skull in already.
So I think Abramov is probably good for now. To sneak off. Assuming no one else wants to follow her.
Izzy's curious. She's gonna follow.
I think
And
I'm
does
just
not want to take your.
I'm like trying to.
you need to get these antibiotics down because otherwise I'm not going to be able to trust you with your actions, and I would really like to not have to tie you up.
In this, you can definitely slink away if that's your goal.
I would really like to not have to tie you up as well.
I don't like pills, okay? I'm
Well,
sure
that's why we're
I'll
gonna put them in
be
pudding.
Fine.
You're a bit of a wild card right now. Yeah.
You come back with the pudding?
Yeah, I came back with the
All right,
pudding.
very good, very good.
That's got dairy in it.
Listen, it's 93.
It's what?
It's 1993.
Oh,
No, it's the classic 93 pudding.
yeah. It's like,
93 classic. The best of all puddings.
All right.
Vintage.
Nick takes the. Oh.
is she not gonna eat the pudding?
I don't know, is she not gonna eat the pudding?
She's gonna, like, roll her eyes, like, grab the pudding cup, and be like, I expected more from you. I expected more.
Nick asks if he can take the pill so he can crush him up.
Fine. Oh my god. I can't believe you're making me do this.
As you guys are arguing about this,
Deepest apologies for saving your life.
Abramov, you're in a looks like a kind of like a second officer's little cabin.
Yeah.
And you hear your radio pull it out. He's like blinking, like ready to receive. Like there's someone on the other end.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna click. Hello.
This is Mother Hen. This is Mother Hen. Agent. Complete the handoff signature. If it rains in Friday.
Click. And she's gonna tinker with it. And change the frequency to a frequency she's trying to achieve now. And she's going to send a new message. Привет.
Das hello.
Do you start?
Oh fuck.
I'm just making some sense.
Okay. Like not one of my languages. Yeah. You see here voices. Please identify yourself.
This is a Bromov.
You hear like a pause and like a click as if it's been handed off. Hello, agent.
Hello.
This comes as some surprise. We had thought you were lost to the cause.
I've been sleeping for very long.
It is good that you have awoken. Identify your locations and current parameters.
Precise location not known. Somewhere outside comrades in Cuba.
It says land, air, sea.
In the ocean. We're in some sort of submersible.
Is it government owned, or who is the nationality in control of the submarine?
Unknown. Maybe United States, but supposed captain is not.
Agent Abramov, your primary goal is to evade detection. They cannot know that you have awoken. Let's maintain your cover. And if possible, seize control of this vessel and claim it for our comrades in Cuba.
Хорошо.
Just clicks off.
Where's Patrick when you need him?
Nick is currently sprinkling the antibiotic on the pudding, and then takes a spoon, gives to Izzy.
She passive aggressively stirs it in, keeps eye contact, shoves it in her mouth.
He's a good girl.
Are you
It's for the
fucking
best.
happy?
Yes! Extremely!
Fine, okay, fine. It's done. It's over. Fine. I took the antibiotics, whatever, okay? Cool.
Wonderful. Now, I am going to go wreck shit.
And Lachlan is marching back to the helm.
As you're marching back, the ship gives a almighty shudder, and you hear a screeching as if the side of the ship has just ground itself against a rock. And the ship slowly, you can hear the engines cut out and starts drifting.
Oh, that bastard is gonna...
Oh, that
And
was...
Lachlan is now full sprinting.
And Nick is not sprinting, but like speedily walking behind.
Okay, I felt that. I'm gonna also go back to control.
Izzy's following with her spoon in hand.
You can hear through the pipes, Grace is shouting up, "What's happening up there? Ben and I can keep things going, but should we appreciate some communication?"
I'm gonna yell back into a pipe. Just keep us adrift, I've got this!
Oh man, you can feel the emotional response to that from the bottom of the ship, just like rising up.
Yeah, I feel like it should be very clear that things are not okay.
Yeah.
As you're going in, you see Marcus standing up by the helm and saying, and he spots you, he says, "Captain, I'm so sorry. I have no idea. We need to up the antibiotic dosage, clearly?"
Feeling,
This is not...
as Lachlan runs in, he's, "No apology necessary, Marcus," and gonna toss him a couple of pills. And then he wants to take a running, leap and just bring this thing down on top of the Admiral's head. Like the hammer of Thor.
Oh, okay, give me an attack roll. It's brawl if you don't have anything more specific.
Yes, that's a pass.
Oh, nice.
Alright, let's see. Just gonna try to dodge this. The 26, so that's a pass. And did you also pass?
I passed,
Just a regular pass? Yeah. This would be... He's pretty old, so this is also a regular pass for him. You know, you go to stave his head in, and he doesn't even move. And your club slides straight through him, top to bottom, and he just flops apart in two separate people halves. And you can see the inside of this person is made entirely of glowing plankton. As these two halves are lying there, you can see the edges sort of try to creep together.
I would like to kind of with my shoe kind of try to nudge one away from the other with the toe of my shoe.
Reaches up and grabs at your little foot.
Stomp on it.
I need sanity rolls from you three. Does this count as you having seen this?
I think I've seen this. This is
if I've seen
passed.
it before, or this is a new one.
This is you would roll for this. You'd roll sanity for this. This is a question if Lachlan has seen something like this before.
I mean, I can roll the luck check.
Give me a luck check. Yeah. Okay.
When is it? Sanity pass.
Okay, cool. And
Pass.
Apparently you all have seen a man have his, be stove in before. Admiral Franklin is in two parts. And as you're standing there, the sub continues to drift forward. And Marcus turns to you and says, "I don't know where we are. I woke up, and I don't
like hearing that.
We're in the teeth."
Okay. Dears, figure out where we are and get us out of the teeth. Marcus, some gas masks would probably be prudent. Cruz?
Mm-hmm.
Fire.
So Cruz is still locked in. Cruz says,
"Lovely.
Thought we were going home, Captain."
Yes, we are. But you know what we need to, it's very dark down here in the ocean, so in order to find our way home, we could use some fire.
Give me persuasion.
Do I don't. No.
Yeah. Or charisma or whatever.
Oh, yeah, what?
You can do
sure.
a...
yes, I have charm.
Yeah, charm.
Oh, yes, that passes!
Yeah, Cruz says, you get the sense that this is only going to work as long as you are the dominant person with bacteria in them, which is currently true.
Yes, this is currently true. I would, if we want to flavor this, I am exerting my will through the siphonophone.
Yeah, you are established. You've been infected before. So Cruz gets up and kind of wanders off in the direction of the mess.
Right. Anybody happen to have a lighter on them?
Izzy most certainly does not, but she walks up to the Admiral with her spoon in hand and just takes a little sample of the bacteria
Give me a constitution check.
Yep. Is there a vacuum on board?
No. Give me a luck check, I guess? I don't know.
Yes.
Alright, there is a vacuum on board. It's definitely somewhere in the messes.
I can go look for it for you.
Yes, that would be great. Definitely somewhere in the messes. Check all the closets.
Closets. Okay.
So you're searching for that. Let's flash back briefly. So you're still in the officers' room, right? Just received
when that crazy stuff was happening,
yeah,
I'm gonna come back with as
so
well.
So you see Nick come running past you.
Okay. Nick is running past. I did see the weird bush.
Absolutely.
Okay, I don't know what the hell is happening here. You're being crazy. I think that. How much do I want my character before?
No wrong answers.
I know, right? I guess like
we can also roll for it if you don't.
Oh,
you
yeah.
Don't have a strong.
I don't have a strong feeling.
Yeah,
Should
give
I
me
roll?
give me an education roll and hard pass. You remember pretty much everything. Pass, you remember like. Yeah, pass, you remember something. And then fail is not nothing, but like maybe more dossier and less personal memories.
Okay. Oh, pass. It's a 17, and I had a 45.
So that's yeah. So so you remember like glimpses and flashes. Like if you remember basically like if someone who knew Irina had been asked to describe her, that kind of level of like fairly good biographical information.
Okay.
Maybe personality traits, but it doesn't always necessarily feel like you, but you'd remember it.
Okay, and so I just want to know, I guess basically, should my character remember that there was a bunch of stuff down in communications and maybe to go rifle through it again?
I think she would remember that it's there, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if she'd remember what Irina like felt about it, but she'd remember it's there, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go back down there and I'm gonna spend some time opening up everything and seeing what's inside of all of that stuff.
Incredible.
See if I can find anything else.
It's organized with an extremely unintuitive system.
It's organized only to a very particular mind.
Incredible. Okay, so what was your con check?
Lachlan insists it makes perfect sense.
You failed?
Yeah, I failed.
Let's see. How long do antibiotics take to metabolize? This is the question. The answer is longer than she's had it in her system. Almost certainly. So I'm gonna say that as you reach down, the half of the Admiral basically flies into your face.
Oh, great.
And can I breathe the Admiral in?
Can I make like a dex to try to like pull her away?
Yeah, give me a dex. Yeah, sure. You're trying to do a maneuver. That's a pass. The pass. All right. So the goo's gonna go for an 85. So the goo definitely fails.
Yank you out of the way of the goo.
You pull Izzy out of the way of the slime. It kind of like. You can see like bits of decaying rib cage contained within it. Just like
Now,
loose there.
Miss Izzy, I'd suggest not touching things for the rest of your time aboard.
Listen, I get it. You wanna keep a tight ship and all that, but look at it. Like, have you ever seen something so beautiful?
I'm trying to keep you alive.
I will stay alive perfectly fine.
You see, the thing is, if you succumb to the creature, now you've made my job more difficult.
So I just won't succumb to the creature. I just needed a little sample. I study bioluminescence.
Some care and discretion would be really appreciated on your part.
I will be careful. Absolutely.
Yes.
You can have my word.
Would you agree to standing in that corner?
No.
Well, you are a guest on my ship, so I'm going to have to insist.
Captain, I think we're friends. You know, I think we are getting along here quite well. And I think you understand, I'm just trying to seek out answers, and I think you are too.
Corner.
Walks over to the corner. Does Nick have? Do I have to roll to find the vacuum? Do I have to roll?
Did you tell Nick where the vacuum was?
Yes.
Then you find the vacuum.
I told him like the general area.
Yeah, then you find the vacuum.
Okay, Nick runs in with the smallest vacuum ever.
No.
Like one that's like for clothing. And he's like,
well, that's not going
he's
to
like,
do it all.
Lachlan, this is all I could find. I checked everywhere. Do you think this can fit all those puppies?
Well, certainly can't hurt.
And I want to vacuum up as much of this thing as will fit.
Yeah, like the Admiral gurgles unhappily. You probably get like a quarter of him up.
Right.
The rest of him still lying
got a
around.
quarter of
And then Lachlan is chuckling. He knows, like it's not accomplishing the full task, but he is very amused by it. He's just like,
I could help, you know.
Really, you didn't.
Okay, Lachlan, there's 3/4 of him left.
Yes.
Uh,
I was hoping to maintain him such that we might expel him from the sub.
okay, hear me out. What if I expel the 1/4 of him that's in this vacuum from the sub, and then repeat, rinse and repeat?
I've heard worse ideas.
All right, let's do it.
As you're doing this, Marcus comes up as his captain. We still don't super know where we know kind of where we're not. But
Do you mind handling
we've
this?
been, yes,
all right.
a little bit adrift.
Lachlan will go over to like the navigation center
Mhm.
and try to help out.
So it seems like you kind of know where you are in a channel, but you just don't know how close. Like you could be here or here, and your sonar says you're surrounded by rocks, but it's like we knew that already.
Yeah.
Sort of. So yeah, so you're continuing. You have not a lot of time before you drift into something.
Yes.
For sure. As this is happening, pop over to Abromov in the hold. Are you looking for anything in particular?
I just wanted to go back down because I know that there was stuff down there from the Admiral, right?
Mhm.
Like some of the stuff down there. I just want to open up the Admiral boxes and make sure that I didn't miss anything. There was that mini torpedo. Was there anything else particularly of note?
You see another canteen similar to the one that you notice Lachlan carrying. Presumably has more something in it, but you just see the canteen. You would have to open it to find out. You see a lot of like nutrient squares, like the kind you'd feed algae. You see a lot of like plant growth and small like prawn feeding things.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not a lot. There's the food that you brought, but there's not a lot else. You do, as you're going through, you see a map tube that's been opened, so there clearly was a map around here.
And there's not anything else in that area. Like this has been decommissioned. There's no like leftover torpedoes or other things or like.
So there's stuff. There are the torpedo tubes that you looked in.
Yeah.
Yes, I guess if you're gonna search those, give me a spot hidden.
Ooh.
So you can push that, or if you wanted to find out what was in the torpedo tubes, you'd have to go through and open every one of them.
I'm fine manually opening every single one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you open the first one, and you've already opened one of them. So you open the other one, and it's another shower of lifesavers. The floor's already sticky with them, so it's another shower of lifesavers. Second one's another shower of lifesavers. Pours through it.
As they come out, you see in the back there's a couple of old like boxes from 1985 of Coke, like Coca-Cola, that are still left over from when he did a little bit of a panic buy. After the announcement of new Coke.
Are they glass bottles or plastic bottles?
I think it was
weird question.
What was it still glass?
It would have been glass, or I don't think it was plastic.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been plastic, but had they switched to like aluminum yet?
I think it was glass, or maybe both.
We'll say it's glass.
Yeah. Anyway, new Coke.
A couple, but specifically not new Coke.
Okay.
Okay. So you open that one. You open the. This is the fourth one. It starts raining down. similar, like, the floor is now covered in, like, a sticky layer. And you hear, Grace, like, shouting, I cannot leave because we're going to crash into something. I have to maintain attention while the engines are down. But, like, stop fucking around in there. Whoever it is. Captain, is that you? Please stop fucking around in there. You gonna keep up with him?
If it's just bullshit after bullshit.
You don't know. You've got 2 more to open.
Okay.
You've got 2 more to open.
I think at this point, it's, we're just, okay. Candy and other shenanigans. So I'm gonna see whichever one is, like, the most emptied out at this point, and, like, just try to shovel the rest of these damn candies out.
You get pretty quick.
The holes of the lifesavers, like...
Are you trying to, like, to expel yourself out the torpedo?
Well, no, that we have a torpedo. Do I know which one this is? Which number tube is this?
It's not... You've not opened...
The one that I'm empty.
5 and 3 are the ones remaining closed. So call this one 4.
Okay, great. Torpedo number 4 is empty. And then I know that there's a little mini torpedo or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna load it in just in case.
Cool. Brilliant.
We're gonna load her in and close it up. And I'm just gonna take one more look around and see if there's anything that could be like... Or actually, I'm gonna take a moment to empty out one more. So maybe like torpedo, this is the torpedo, and then... maybe number 1 is open.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna empty out number 1, and it's empty. And I would like to...
There's also probably like, some weapons, like, some like handgun ammunition, just like a few things like that.
Okay.
Kind of forgot, but yeah, that would be some of that.
And then just like an eyeball for like vessels that can hold goo.
Yeah, you got the canteen.
Okay.
And there's probably some like food packaging containers, so like some plastic Tupperware type vibes. Yeah, a fair amount of Tupperware.
Yeah.
I mean, look, all of the lifesavers will do come in like those little mini M&M cases.
Yeah, there's a lot of tiny little plastic tubes as well.
That's gonna do it.
Wouldn't it be so funny if we released him in a bunch of little plastic tubes?
I guess if I can just get, like, I don't know, anything that looks like it might even fit in some of these torpedo things is basically the thought process. So I'm just gonna, like, keep an eye on that. We know that that's there. And let's go back. I'll go back into the space.
Back up at the bridge, as you're talking to Marcus about this, the Admiral's face kind of, like, half forms. He's still puddle on the ground.
Yeah, I want to stomp on it.
But, like, his face forms like, I'm not gonna get out of here without my help.
Well, that highly unlikely gotten out of plenty of situations before you came along. No one was like stomp on his face.
You see Sophia turn to you and say, Actually, Captain, I think he's right.
Do we need some antibiotics, dear?
Here's some antibiotics.
You're gonna have to make me take this, Captain. Don't think it's
I
a good
still have
idea.
pudding left.
Pudding is convincing to Sophia.
Meanwhile, Izzy in the corner.
Pudding?
Pudding. Takes the pudding. You still got Raphael still on the
Yeah.
He's like,
Raphael, would you like some pudding?
he says, I want to go home, Captain.
Yes, well that's why we've got snacks for the journey home.
Okay. Take some pudding.
Like herding cats. Can I make some like a navigation check to try and figure out where we are?
Sure.
And like try and find us a course out. I spend 2 luck points to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Is this like a? Do I need like what kind of success do I need here?
I'd say
am I trying to make a regular or a hard or extreme?
To find your way on the charts, I think you would need a hard success to unflounder yourself. I think to sort of at least halfway figure out where you're not. That would a regular success to do
I
it.
just really want the map to come out.
You tried looking for the map, maybe?
I figured this was the map. That's what I was doing.
Ren.
Oh, this was the map. Do we have a physical map on board?
It seems like something the Admiral might have brought on board. You know?
You did kind of kick him in the face.
I did kick him in the face.
It's like you felt like a mouth around your boots saying, I mean, could offer my help. You didn't figure it out yourself. It's fine. He's got little like finger nubbins. It's kind of like.
And what kind of help exactly could you offer?
He says, well, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm not exactly a localized entity anymore. And perhaps if I've, spread myself out a little bit, I could, kind of know where I am constantly. I could direct you similarly. I'm in the water, Captain. I'm in the air. You breathe.
Don't accept help from the U.S. government. They're only there to suck your soul.
100% agree.
Do I have a fourth of the map in this vacuum?
No, you definitely don't. Actually, if anyone wants to give me an investigate who's in the bridge.
Oh.
That's, not good.
I'll do that.
Spot hidden.
Or spot hidden.
Thank you.
Make that. Just regular.
I
You
didn't.
didn't make it.
I barely made it.
Okay. You see tucked in the corner, what looks like a very old, tattered map.
In my corner?
It's not in your corner. It's in a corner.
Oh no, it has to be in her corner.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you look behind you, and you see tucked in the corner, a very old, rolled up map. It looks like Thompson kind of set it there when he was dragging Lachlan off the first time.
Amazing. I'm gonna hold it just like very gingerly and display it like a game show host.
Yes.
Hey, Captain Lachlan.
Do you want to hold the map?
I really do.
Captain Lachlan, look what I found.
Would you look at that?
You hear the Admiral below, you go, shit.
I'm gonna grind my heel into his face a little bit.
Incredible, Miss Izzy. Let's see it.
I'm supposed to stay in the corner.
Yeah.
Lachlan walks over to the corner and holds out his hands.
Can I come out now?
Fine, but stay away from the goo.
Thank you. She comes out of the room. Hands over the map.
Whoa.
Yeah, you unroll what has got to be a, several, 100 to 200-year-old oiled parchment cloth, or parchment, parchment's not cloth, parchment map, and on it is recognizably a map of the teeth, and you see Marcus goes over and says, I just looking for this. I can bring out my models. Can I bring out my models, Captain?
Fine. Be quick about it.
Says, look, it's us.
Aww. Yay! That's really cool.
I honestly think, upon seeing the tiny submarine that Marcus has made, Captain Mitchell's heart is, warmed. And it's just like...
A fitting likeness. So you said we know where we at. Where aren't we?
We're not in this section right here.
Lovely.
We started out going here, and I'm not gonna lie, sir, I don't remember bits of that.
Fair enough.
Yep. So we are somewhere in here. I wanna say in here, perhaps. Going this way. That seems right. Channel.
Yep. Is there any way we can go up?
Well, I mean, yes.
Seems to be the safest course of action.
Up. Yes.
Up.
So you can go up, but all the teeth are famously submerged islands. So, if you go up, you may not see stuff, but it may be deep or shallow enough to hit the submarine, if that makes sense.
If we just keep going up, eventually we'd be above where they are.
No, shallow reefs that go down.
Oh, okay.
So you definitely could slowly navigate, but you would be. They are treacherous for a reason and very bad for submarines. Can you give me a nature check.
Yeah.
Whatever you use to do plankton with.
I have natural world and marine biology. Nice. Marine biology. That's a pass.
Okay, cool. I think you look at this map and you look at Admiral and you look back and forth, and one of the things that characterizes all of this Sanaphores are their bioluminescence, and you're not seeing a lot of that. But you know one way to bring out some bioluminescence, and as a keen practitioner of plankton and bioluminescence studies, you would never be without your blacklight. So, you know, of course, the proper procedure for this is to turn off all of the lights. So, before you do that, would you instruct the crew on how to properly prepare for this?
Absolutely. So, okay, everybody, we're dealing with some kind of strange stuff here, but I think we might have an answer. And it's to follow what glows. To do that, though, we're gonna have to turn off all the lights and everything and be as still as possible so that we can actually, like, see where we are. Does that make sense?
Will we still be able to see this bugger?
Actually, yeah, maybe.
So long as I
With
can
a
keep an
little
eye on
luck.
him. Sounds peachy.
Good with you?
Just checking, the antibiotics have, set in, right?
Yes, I'm fine, Nick. I
Alright.
ate my damn pudding. Are you
Just
happy?
checking, I saw it.
Okay.
As this is coming, Abramov, you also come up. This is about when you're returning to the deck as well, right?
Yes. I don't even know if she would remember this in her current state, but Irina knows that she has an irrational fear of, like, pitch darkness because of conditioning. So however we want this to.
I'm gonna say whether or not you know you have this, you still have this.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, incredible. Okay, so you say turn off the lights.
I say turn off the
Turn
lights. Alright, everyone, we're going dark.
Fuck, can you turn that off, Phoebe?
Oh.
Forgot these were on.
We have a practical.
Yeah. I've forgotten. Here we go. So you turn these on, and an eerie purple and blue light starts to suffuse this, and you can see the people who have been infected start to glow. You can see Linda's hands are streaked with glowing algae. And yeah, if you've got perhaps some glow-in-the-dark dice, and you want to pass them underneath the black light,
Oh my god.
you get them.
Oh my god.
Oh,
These
my
two.
god.
No, those aren't actually. They just have.
They
Oh my god,
fluoresce.
are they really?
Do they glow in the dark?
Fluoresce.
Do they fluoresce?
Whoa.
Emily, and if you want to pass over
Oh,
your
look how
birthday
bright
dice,
they are now.
No way!
Oh my god.
And then Abramov is gonna start hyperventilating. I don't think she knew it was coming.
Holy shit.
I saw it, yes.
Yes. I think it's also on my shirt. This is excellent. Yeah, so you see everything is lightly covered in this glowing plankton. And as everything that has been touched by these Sanaphores fluoresces, you see the map as well, as if the Admiral has spent many, many hours tracing a path along this map. And now that you know, you weren't sure whether you were here, and now you know you were following this trail, and you know approximately the rocks that you can see around you. So knowing that, you feel comfortable knowing where you are on this trail. And the Admiral, gurgles below you. You couldn't have done it without me.
Absolutely brilliant, Izzy.
I'm gonna hand the map over to Diaz.
Diaz, I believe we have our course.
Dia goes, absolutely, sir. Going home.
Except maybe not that.
Homeward bound.
If we can go back the way we came.
Yeah, you absolutely can attempt to pivot, but you think that the only place you can pivot is like, sort of
like
up
right
here.
here.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to go up and turn around and come back the way you came.
Make our way to this intersection and
Absolutely.
hasty retreat.
Yeah, and as that's happening, you can still sort of see the remnants. It seems like it's been agitated a little bit by the black light. So you, so you continue up here. It's gonna take a little bit, but that's good. So what's in here? Yes.
Do you think that the triggering of the PTSD in the black is enough to pull back the previous agent, or are we still in?
Let's pivot over there. So so the lights are still very low. It's just in the interest of seeing things, we have brought them back up. But yeah, so so it's
starring Vin Diesel.
It's still very, very dark. And you can feel you're already in a tin can underneath the ocean.
Yeah.
And you can feel it sort of almost like it's closing in on you. You can almost hear the creaking of the submarine. Yeah, like I think that Ormo's mind would want to retreat to the place that she felt safest, which is definitely not here in this moment. I think it depends on how much of Irina's life was good at the time, if that's like something she would want to fly back into, to retreat back into.
Because I know that it's a trigger. Like it was closed and dark and closed spaces was the punishment that she got is what I built for her. So I feel like this would be a moment where Abromov could actually just it might trigger a moment of PTSD and actually trigger back to Irina.
Yeah, absolutely. So as the walls close in on Abromov, it's almost like the walls of her mind are also ratcheting shut, and the same way that clay is reformed, you suddenly Irina wakes back up in the middle of the blackness, and she's definitely lost time. She does not remember any of this. She wakes up and things have changed. Someone is now goo. This is not great. You can see the glowing remnants of the map, the glowing remnants of people. Some of the people who've already been infected by the Sanaphores. And then you can see Captain or the Admiral lying in two pieces on the ground, kind of oozing out.
And do I know that that's the captain? Can I tell? Clothing or...
He still has clothing on, so presumably it's pretty dark.
Technically the Admiral.
The Admiral. Yes, it's still pretty dark. But yeah, I think that you would be able to tell. Especially to sort of get some instruments going. There's a little bit more light, gradually they're adding back some more back in.
She was hyperventilating and everything is coming in around her, and there's this sound where it gets quieter and quieter, and you just hear that tinnitus-y, tinny hum, and then all of a sudden she snaps out of it and she screams and stands back up, and you can kind of see a little bit, but she's gonna stand up and survey the room for a moment and maybe walk over. I was not pleased with the way things were going with the Admiral, but what the fuck is this?
Completely oblivious to whatever thing that she has just gone through. Miss Thompson, good of you to join us.
What?
Yes. So the Admiral turned out to be merely a host for those parasitic plankton I was telling you about. He's now become goo, which, as I understand it, is an effect of sort of prolonged exposure.
I'm gonna stomp on his face again.
Okay. We all had water, and I've come to the conclusion that the water has been infected. So we all are gonna turn into goo.
Let's almost keep up with the antibiotics.
Yeah, and I'm okay. So.
Yeah, pudding.
Yeah.
Would you like some pudding?
Pudding?
No.
Well, it's got medicine in it.
Can I have regular medicine?
It's got the...
Sure.
What then?
That's the only way I
guess. It hands you a couple pills.
Thank you. Okay.
How are we looking on that turn, Diaz?
Diaz says, it's coming up, sir. Me and Marcus are, working on it. be like 5 minutes to the turn.
Very good. We're just currently making our way to a section of the teeth where we'll have enough room to turn the sub around and go back the way we came.
We aren't gonna go to the end?
Well, the goo seems to want to go to the end, and as a rule, I don't particularly love to follow the rules of the goo. Unless it's Patrick. Patrick's always the exception.
Patrick?
Good friend of mine.
You seem
primarily made of goo.
You know a lot about these. Do you, are you familiar with these creatures?
This is not my first time running into one of these specimens. Frankly, been infected for a number of years now.
Okay.
It's a perfectly livable condition.
They're in my brain.
That they are. If your hypothesis is correct, they're in yours as well.
Excellent. Okay, so, have you been to the point of origin?
Have I?
No, I think Lachlan has not been in the teeth before. You wouldn't take a sub there unless someone was paying you a lot of money. Your crew's good, but like, you got other monsters.
Well, of course not. This is the teeth. I mean, I would never have taken my sub down here if it wasn't for the exorbitant amount of money this dumbass was paying me.
Okay, listen, I know with everything that's happened, might seem like we want to turn around right now, but think of the biodiversity that's at the origin.
Think of the imminent death.
I think you're onto something. We don't know what's up there yet. We don't know what the goo wants us to see. It could be, the most revolutionary breakthrough in, like, bioluminescent, like, energy production and sentient formations of colonies that we could ever possibly see. No human might have seen this before.
Or $1 million eel.
As you guys are saying this, Dia says, Captain, could you come here to the sonar, please?
What's happening?
And as you come over, Diaz points out, and the subs continue to go forward. Sub says, shit, Captain,
What's happening?
You gotta make friends fast!
What do you mean?
There's a thing, it's giant, and it's moving, and we are heading right toward it.
What is
it? It looks like a giant eel.
The Helvetica.
Come on!
I hate to say it, Captain.
I've waited my entire life for this.
Marcus says, options, we can...
What are the odds that it's Harold?
Low,
Harold?
sir. Harold is much thinner and friendlier and usually comes to us.
Harold?
Don't worry about it.
It has a name?
Well, this one.
Oh.
At least, well, of course it has a name, but we don't know it. Yes, okay.
So we're going straight
Is
for
there
it.
any way we can evade it?
Why would we want to evade it? I've been looking for this
So
all
that
my
we don't die.
This eel is easily worth over $1 billion. We could split the profits.
How
between
much
all
is
of
your life worth, Nick?
As it's coming up, you start to see the shape of... You guys saw
She's
it. What the fuck
glorious.
did you saw?
She's beautiful.
You see this massive, and this is roughly true to scale. It is a Leviathan in all senses of the word. And as you're looking at it, you can see Sophia points to the sonar and says, Look, there's more eels. There's an eel, and that's an eel, and that's an eel. These are all regular size. This is where the eels come. This is where the eels come.
I can finally figure out how they reproduce. I can make more eels.
Fun mystery. No one knows yet.
No
For
one knows.
real.
No one has.
We don't know how eels
exactly.
They start out in England, swim under the Atlantic, show up in the Bermuda Triangle in the Sargasso Sea, have babies, but we don't see those. And then there are more eels, which we know they travel. We don't know how.
And they're attracted to the magnetic field as well. That's real.
Really?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sidebars without fins
The point-
or feet.
If I so much to say, I can figure out how she reproduces. I can make more of them. I can make more of them, and then I'll be rich, and we'll all be rich. Or
Is it on a direct
You'll be
course,
dead,
or is
we'll
it
be
coming
dead.
for us?
tomato, tomato.
Or is
it's
it
not.
a chance we can slide right past?
It's not really doing it much. It looked at us. It's moving, but I would say we're a little bit too big for it to eat. And
No sense bothering it if it's not going to bother us.
it's looking at us, and you guys can see on the sonar, like, it's a very clearly detailed picture of this thing, because it's so big, it bounces enough imagery back. You can get a fairly detailed picture of it.
So follow the glowing road.
Lachlan, I didn't want to have to do this, but Nick takes out a... All Nick has is the rope. This opportunity is too good to pass up.
Nicholas,
Yes, Lachlan.
don't make me laugh.
Listen.
I will end your bloodline, mate.
That's what I teach
You know I am the greatest crocodile wrangler this side of the Mississippi, okay? I don't want to do this to you.
It was a bit of a sight to see.
Nick, I'm sorry, but there isn't much this side of the Mississippi.
What?
Okay,
South of it.
listen. We might die.
Yes.
But
I'm very attached to not dying.
if we get out and we get this eel, think of how good our lives will be.
The seal is the size of, like, this tall. This is 10
I can't
stories
do
of
this
building.
on my
How?
own, Lachlan.
Here, I'll make you a compromise.
Oh no.
Yeah?
We're trying to talk to it.
Does the ship have like a little thing, like speaker thing where I can?
You can bounce sonar if you're underwater. You could also fly to go to periscope depth and hope it sticks its head out.
Not really so much about eels. You don't know how they communicate, do you?
They communicate via some form of echolocation.
Brilliant. That's your sonar.
Yeah. Sophia says, yeah. I mean, that sounds right to me. Marcus says, am I keeping us steady, Captain? What's the bearing? We can't not move. It's a sub. Like a shark.
Looks like in theory we should be able to slip right past down this thing. Just stay true to course for now, and we're gonna try to communicate with the beast.
We should maybe position ourselves in a escape route in case things go poorly.
How so?
It appears like we should be following the path. It's blocking our exit. You wanted to turn around, we can't. Maybe we just continue.
So the passive, or looking for the paths available to the sub.
Yeah,
Is that what
yeah,
Lachlan's doing?
yeah.
Yeah. So you could probably turn around here, but it's gonna be very slow and kind of prone to. But it is possible. You could turn here, go back the way you came. You could take your chances with this area that it doesn't have. It has been marked out as possible. You can. You can continue out through here.
So it's like this has been marked out as like being a safe route, or is it just that like this is the route that is where the algae are?
You think it's probably a safe route for a submarine.
Okay.
You don't know about the other possible routes.
And it's
I
couldn't just.
You do have charts, so
come
your
up through
charts
here?
say you could go through there.
Okay.
And you have sonar, so you're not going to run into anything necessarily, but you could get backed up and then have to back up here. But that doesn't mean it's not possible. It just means you would have to ask the Admiral what this path meant.
Okay, Lachlan's gonna pick up the map, kind of like aim it down. So what's this path here?
It's the path that take the submarine on for safety.
No, this one.
It's the path that's not been marked as safe for the submarine.
And why is that? What's in there?
Look, I mean, I'm formidable will, right? But, you know, I'm also vast and formless, and sometimes I don't ask questions. Just, it's a vibes.
Be more curious, mate.
I'm gonna put the map back down.
Fuck it. Alright. Can't turn around reliably, because our only way out is through. In the meantime,
Nick attempts to make contact with the Helvetica.
Sophia says, Nick, are you going to use the sonar?
It's the sonar.
perhaps we shouldn't let him do the talking.
Nick
Bit bad with his words.
feels a tingling grow stronger in his neck, and feels like he understands how to communicate with eels.
Sophia says,
He
yeah.
feels a greater kinship to eels than ever before.
Yeah, give Lachlan, you're standing next to, who's standing next to Nick? You're standing next to Nick. Yeah, give me a spot hidden.
It's not good. That's a 95.
Ooh. Ooh. Does that mean I'm talking to the seal?
Yeah, you're talking to the seal. Yeah, incredible. Yeah, you, for reasons we both know, definitely feel a kinship. Like, this starting to just make sense there. Yeah, so you,
Make part?
well, if you didn't fail your spot hidden, maybe you would know too.
So, Nick, is there a way that Nick can get closer to the eel?
So there's definitely underwater hatches. If Nick wanted to swim out to do that, Nick could. Nick could you could also ask if the boat could move closer.
Okay.
And you guys are going through here, right? Like, you're gonna trust the maps and go straight forward.
I was gonna just follow the path.
Oh, the plankton. Okay.
Because we know it's a safe path and we can't turn around, so.
Well, plankton said it's a safe path.
To roll psychology on if the plankton was lying to me?
Yeah, go for it. No.
Could I try?
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone who's watching this interaction could give their 2 cents.
Oh, is that a 1?
That's a 1!
What?
Incredible!
No way!
That's spy shit right there.
Spy shit right there!
Yes. Okay, incredible. Alright. So, yes, look, you think that the Admiral was a Weasley scumbag, as a human? Just as a human, he seemed just not great. As plankton matter, he seems even less trustworthy. And you think that he obviously doesn't want to self-destruct, so you think that the submarine path is correct, but you can't think of a reason why, if the charts you have and the charts that here, they match up, you can't think of a reason why they wouldn't match up, since they've presumably been surveyed at some point in the past. So you think that, like, this way is probably pretty safe. It just, like, doesn't have centuries of plankton pathways on it, and also, your charts clearly left out the giant eel.
Mm-hmm.
You think he's kind of lying about multiple paths not being an option.
Captain, I think it's probably fairly safe and maybe even preferable to take the shortcut. We might sneak
Would like
in
to
from
avoid the
behind.
plankton.
Yeah.
Pitch, we'll aim for this path here, and in the meantime, you can try attempt to communicate with the eel, and perhaps convince him to move out of the way of this path.
I'll do my best, Captain. So Nick,
Be respectful, and find a common interest. That's always worked for me.
Why don't you wave to him too? Oh no.
So you send
sonar wave.
Sophia sends out a ping, and immediately the eel looks directly at the ship.
Oh.
Okay, can Nick suit up and try and?
Yeah, Nick. If Nick,
Is there a reason you have to be outside of the sub in order to communicate with this thing?
if Nick is
We have sonar capabilities here.
the eel gives a trill back that matches the pitch.
We try to match that. It's like Close Encounters.
Captain, if the eel tries to fuck the ship, we tried that last time. The repairs took a while and were uncomfortable for everyone.
Okay, it's okay. I won't go out. I won't go outside. I think I can try and tell the eel A, to not fuck the ship, and B, to get out of the way, and also to follow us so that I can take it and sell it. Okay.
You can speak eel? Is that what I'm hearing here?
I couldn't when I woke up this morning. But
Mind explaining what's changed?
you're not gonna believe it, but there was some strange goo that I tasted, and I don't know what happened, but I feel better than I have in my life. My IBS is gone, and I can talk to sea creatures. And
I'm gonna.
It's not this
Lachlan's
good,
gonna
right?
kind of lean over to Dia. He ate Patrick, didn't he?
Tia says, we ran out of Clorox wipes. I think we just didn't, yeah. Sorry, sir. I don't know if he was a friend, but I guess he will be now.
It's really more of Patrick's excretions than Patrick himself.
It's a construct. Okay. Yeah.
Well, anyway, Patrick is just in my head now, and I can talk to eels.
By all means, I trust Patrick implicitly.
I also do.
Sophia sends out another, sonar matching the trill, and the eel goes, the eel, you don't know if the eel's capable of higher language necessarily, but the eel is interested. It's another long eel-like shape that's sending out interesting trilling noises, so, just like a gauge in the waters, first date kind of vibe.
This ship's gonna get fucked again.
I just told the eel that we just want to be friends.
Why would you start on that foot?
Well,
all the
You start with a hi, hello, how are
okay,
you?
The eel is very disappointed.
I think you fucked it up.
Tell the eel that we're just not that kind of a sub. It takes us a while to warm up to somebody.
Captain, is this really the best use of time and resources?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I just told the eel that the slow burn kind of thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Sam and Diane.
Does
The eel just said that they would be okay with that.
Wonderful.
Marcus is like, Captain, can I'm going. It's a speed date kind of thing.
Yes,
speed date. Ring the bell.
Can
Ring the
we
bell.
get the eel to lead us out to the path that it is currently in the way of?
Okay. The eels. Yeah, no. Thank you. The eel said that she feels kind of comfy in this spot, but would be willing to make a trade with us.
Kind of trade.
As you're trying to do this, Sophia says, Captain, there's not another eel in these waters, right?
Why?
Well, the plankton path looks like there's something long, and is that or another sub? We've been seeing a lot of sonar chatter. I don't know if, so, that's coming. Just, there's nothing we can, it's coming.
And that's along this plankton path here?
Yeah, and it's coming along this way, right here.
Alright, full steam ahead down this path, and, what were the 2 torpedoes that were open?
Number 3 and number, 5? Yeah, number 3 and number 5.
What's all this
Full steam
torpedo?
ahead and release torpedo 5.
Number 3 is the special one. Is that your thing?
Release torpedo 3.
What's all this torpedo talk, Captain?
Don't worry
We
about it.
have torpedoes?
Sophia says,
It's either that or give them a sugar high.
Marcus says, alright, I'll call down to
Somehow I don't want to
Grace.
see these things hopped up on lifesavers.
Grace is gonna be glad that, it's out of the ship, but are you sure, Captain? It's gonna get around. It's gonna go around the ocean. Alright, cool, we're
Full
going.
steam ahead.
Hey, Grace, Marcus, picks up the phone, he's like, Grace, let it go. It's not gonna kill us anymore. Grace is like, number 3? Number 3. Hands up.
Don't worry about it.
Full steam ahead.
Yeah, so as this is happening, you see on...
This might have been a terrible idea.
Well, you're doing it now.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it is another sub. I assumed it was another.
You guys saw the fucking Hunt for the Red October? You thought that we were gonna have a second
Yeah, in high school, and quite frankly, I didn't follow it that well.
Doesn't matter. As you are going full steam ahead, past the eel.
Knowing that it's another sub actually does make me want to release the lifesavers instead. No, there's one torpedo of lifesavers that's still low.
Well, you don't know they're open. So as far
That's-
as you know, it's
true.
all torpedoes.
Release the lifesaver. You see a single tear, goes down Lachlan's face. He says,
Yeah, so
"Release
I'll
the
say, so as
lifesavers."
you're going, Sophia says, yes, Captain, it's clearly a sub. This looks like a modern sub. This looks like something, I don't know, Something's funky with it, Captain. If I didn't know any better, I'd say this is, really shouldn't be sailing. I'm getting all sorts of weird sonar. It looks like half the tail's missing. I can't identify. It looks like a U.S. Navy sub, but something's professional opinion fucked up about it.
Is what could I roll using my knowledge of the weird and unexplained to determine if perhaps this sub is part of the hive mind?
I have
yes.
information.
Yeah, absolutely. And like subs are pretty big, so you've got not a lot of time, but you've got some seconds.
I'm gonna go over. Can I get you away from the Admiral for a minute, just enough so he forms a mouth again? Yeah. And then I would like it to, Admiral, I need you to tell me what damage your sub sustained when you lost it.
Admiral says, that cursed serpent. The cursed serpent.
Did you lose the back end? Was the fin gone?
I don't know. I went up to the surface to distract it, and by the time we could bring more help, we never recovered the submarine.
Was it along the path? Are you trying to get back to the submarine?
There's deep conflict. He says, no, it was the sea monster that was responsible. It was that serpent. The only way I can avenge my men is to kill that serpent.
Captain, where is home?
The serpent's responsible.
Where is home? Where are you taking us?
We're going to kill the serpent.
We're going to kill the serpent?
And then, to kill the serpent, I can go back home because it wouldn't be my fault then. Yes. Home is
a metaphor.
Okay, great. This might be the defunct ship. I don't know how it's being propelled, if that's the case, unless there's more goo in there. The Admiral hasn't been totally truthful. He lost his ship, his final ship, as his last captainry a number of years ago.
And he didn't have the decency to get down with it?
Yeah, give me... I'm not even gonna give you an insight. The excuse, I left my ship to distract the underwater sea monster, is not even full of holes, it's just a sieve. The only way this happens is if he abandoned ship and left his men to die.
Despicable.
And you're thinking, this is a ship that's not supposed to be moving, and this is an admiral who's still not supposed to be moving.
What if you told the eel that the other sub is, I believe the kids are saying, DTF?
In 1993.
I think it was the next line. Alright, I'll go for it.
The toddlers are saying.
Alright, Lachlan, I'll go for it, but I don't know if she's gonna go for it. Alright. She says she would be down. Pretty hot.
Interesting,
Yeah.
Playing a bit of Cupid, I love this.
You hear some sonar pings, and Sophia says, This is some weird code. It's very slow, but if I'm adjusting for it right, they're asking for the Admiral. I don't know how to interpret tone, but they seem pissed.
The biggest grin comes on Lachlan's face. He just kinda looks over at the puddle of goo.
Well, by all means, Nicholas, let's get that vacuum over here. Grace, prepare one of the torpedo pods. We've got some goo.
You got a little Admiral on your shoes.
Oh yeah.
Irina, were you?
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah. Where's the nearest hatch? Let's let them have the Admiral.
Yeah.
All right.
Izzy, what's your vibes in this moment as you're watching them start shoveling up the Admiral? Did you bring the Tupperware with you?
If it seemed like it was a decent size, I would have brought Tupperware.
Yeah, there's some big
Okay.
Tupperware. Yeah, you absolutely have Tupperware.
Oh, okay.
A modern invention.
All right.
Wonderful ingenuity, Miss Thompson.
I would have dropped it though. She doesn't know the Tupperware's there.
Oh yeah. So it would have been around in the hallway. right?
I would have brought it. I think I came up and I was like in the landing, and I probably it's probably just scattered.
A sub is small.
Yeah.
Like I think they would see it eventually when looking for stuff. Yeah, I would call it reasonable. You find the Tupperware. You're like, how'd the Tupperware get here?
Oh yeah. I guess we have. Do you need me to put it in this? I don't know where this came from.
Yeah,
But
thank you.
here you go.
Marvels. We can start
Careful,
shoveling
don't get
the...
any more in your
Yes.
mouth.
Just very carefully shoveling the Admiral into the Tupperware.
And Thompson and Wilson, they're still kind of following whoever's giving them, between you and Lachlan, whoever's giving them the most clear direction.
Can I attempt to use the connection to tell them to get into the torpedo tube?
Yeah, absolutely.
What am I rolling? Charm, probably?
Yeah, charm. Do you want to push the roll?
Push the
A
roll.
little
push
bit,
the-
yeah.
If you don't, they're probably gonna try to stop you.
Yeah. It's the same thing!
Oh wow!
Push the roll.
Third time.
Yeah. What do you try to say to them?
Yes, I believe you may also just be extensions of the Admiral. It would frankly save us a lot of time if you just crawled into the torpedo tubes yourself.
Thompson looks at Wilson. I don't. Thinking is sort of a concept I'm not too familiar with at this moment, but I don't think we want to get in those tubes. Have to respectfully decline.
I need it known that Lachlan is extremely charming. I rolled 89s twice.
Do you guys want to try to help with this?
Yeah, I'll help out with that.
I would help out too. I don't know if this helps, but I will happily take the concealed firearm from my ankle and aim it at them. I know they don't like fire, so I'm hoping this maybe.
Wilson says, there's no call for that. Wait, does it... Wilson looks at Thompson looks at Wilson and is like, would that do anything? And Wilson's like, well, not to me. I mean, you're still kind of squishy. And pokes him, so.
I mean, it's hot and it's combustible. I know you're not.
You know, fair. I think they're not really resisting. They're just not gonna get in there. So I think you could probably.
Yeah, Izzy's gonna kind of pop in and say, look, this has been a bit of a wash of a day. As you can see, your admiral, your boss, he's a little worse for wear. What are you gonna do when he's, sent out into the abyss? They're coming for you. And they're coming mainly for him. And as long as you're still in his service, is not your duty to protect him? Is that your creed that you abide by?
Don't you want to go home?
Oh, yeah, that gets them. Maybe they want to go. They're like, oh, home? The Admiral was non-specific, right? We've just kind of been following him, but this is.
You want to go home? That's
If
home.
you crawl into one of those tubes, we'll shoot you directly home.
It's helpful if you looked a little less pleased. Smile is rather alarming, sir.
Been told that.
Yeah, so they kind of begrudgingly climb into these tubes, but they're not. They're pretty willing to be swayed at this point.
Okay, can we release them and the Admiral into the water behind us?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm switching it to blow.
She's gone from suck to blow.
Yeah. So you go in this way. Admiral Guts and Glory shoot out this way. See that the sub kind of disintegrates a little bit, and it seems almost as like the sub is reaching out a hand from itself to sort of scoop up the Admiral and then yank it back in. And you see the sub, it sort of starts to lose a little bit of coherency as a sub, as if all the men down there had now kind of completed what remained of themselves within this hive mind, and now we're sort of being released into just this general sort of consciousness.
Is there anything left for the eel to fuck?
It's still a mass. It's just less sub-shaped.
Incredible.
Right? It is a giant mat of Zimmerer bacteria.
It's really the important question.
Yeah.
I don't want to break it apart and make it think we were like blowing it off.
Said, we just want to be friends.
Like we set up a blind date. It would be like really shitty of us to have done that, and then like the person we set them up with doesn't show.
It reflects poorly on us,
Yeah.
Okay. So sub-shaped bacteria mats going that way, or plankton mat.
Yep.
You guys are going.
Nick looks back as the serpent and the sub go on their first date. And now that he has a greater appreciation for eels in general, he feels like he doesn't it's not about the money anymore. He has
How can it be after you see such a beautiful thing?
There's something absolutely majestic about whatever's happened. It is beyond your comprehension, but they do seem friendly. There's something going on.
I think we're all just kind of standing in front of the one porthole. Oh wow!
Izzy snaps a picture.
And then we're like, all right, we're gonna.
He's really going at it.
Yeah.
And we're like, all right, let's give him some space.
Someone puts a hand over Izzy's eyes briefly. You it seems like this is a completely clear passage, and you sail out of the teeth, safe and sound, into open waters. There's still definitely a lot of slime around the ship, and there's going to be some clearing, and people are going to need to be on antibiotics for
the rest of our lives.
But yeah, as you leave the sub behind you, you see, it is maybe best left in the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle behind you, and you can just feel now that even suppressed, you are somehow still a part of this massive, sprawling web of connected life across this area. You guys arrive back in Miami. What do you guys all do then? Where do you go from here?
Izzy has collected multiple Tupperwares just full of the slime and any sort of goo that was left that has not formed back into people. And is very eagerly taking it back to her lab to study it. She is overwhelmingly excited for what this means for her thesis on bioluminescence as an energy source. Mm-hmm. I mean, she saw a whole submarine propelled by what seems to be like bioluminescent bacteria endowed with sentience. And so she's working on her PhD thesis, and it's going well so far.
I think Irina's gonna head back to DC, completely unaware of the situation she was in for a little bit of time on that sub. Hopefully it never triggers again, because there are probably many folks in Russia that would be very interested to know about a mind control plankton little guy, and so hopefully we never have to find out.
Where's Nick go?
So Nick, now that Nick can talk to eels and other fish, he realizes that they don't really enjoy being sold on the black market. And instead of...
Nick is now Aquaman.
No, Nick's more the Div.
Yeah,
I was literally thinking that.
I didn't want to be the one to say that, but yes.
Like, which means the two?
100%.
Not that is the Div, but...
Nick is, unfortunately, adjacent to the Div. Nick decides to dedicate his life to exotic fish conservation. He renounces his greedy ways.
Izzy also sends him a message when email comes out 2 years later asking him to be a contributor on her monthly Weird Fish newsletter.
Nick gladly accepts.
Angler Dad, the column.
Ask Angler Dad.
Ask Angler Dad, yes.
Where's Captain Lachlan?
Well, as far as Captain Mitchell is concerned, this mission was a rousing success. He was paid exorbitantly to functionally murder, like a man paid him to murder him. And like that's a win in his book. All of his crew are still alive. Didn't have to dump any of the lifesavers. It does take like a solid full day to get all the lifesavers back into the tubes, though. That's like, and like, everyone on the ship has made it very clear that, you know, that's not on them. He has to do it by himself. They're not going to be responsible for his sugar habit. I think, you know, Lachlan's been living these waters for a long time. Just always seeing new stuff, but in what you never get tired of is going back down there to see Sammy.
So most of you escape rather unscathed, although you do have a deeper connection as before. Izzy's research goes off smashingly, although, you know, people from your lab do have a tendency to decide to take long vacations at the beach and just sort of find themselves there and never come back. Irina, as you're driving back to DC, the radio crackles that you have in your bag, and you hear a voice say, Agent Arobov, come in. It's time to come home. And that's it, guys. Thanks so much for coming to Leviathan. This has been a production of Twice Rolled Tales. And join us for the next one.